You cannot wipe the smile off my face. Look at what I'm doing the first week of May. I'm going to have a blast just chilling today. Hey, that rhymed. Look what I'm doing on this first week of May. I'm going to be chilling today. I need to write that one down. Add it to my song book. Ain't nothing like this experience. Man, I did so many miles yesterday. I'm so burned out. I'm going to be out here chilling. It's going to be like 85 today. It's like 74 right now. At least we're not even through the first week of May. I always got to hit the kayak. At least a minimum within the first week of May. No later. When it comes to the first time on the kayak, that is. For real though. Man, we're going to have a wonderful summer. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And we're just getting started with this thing too. I couldn't break out the kayak in April because the weather wasn't really hitting right, you know. I mean, the weekend days were like in the low 70s, upper 60s. The weekdays would be up in the low 80s, but I was working too much, you know. But it's different today. Got to get the feel in. Got to get the scene in, the mind, the scenery, the experience for the first time of 2024. Boy, is it ever going to be nice and perfect for us. For real. How to get it in today? Sunday. How so? Well, next weekend, it's not going to be getting higher than about 65, they said. Rain's going to be moving through, cold front going to be moving through. By about Wednesday, Thursday, a few days of rain. But it's going to be clear, crystal clear all weekend next weekend. All weekend. But highs only in the mid 60s. Upwards of that anyway. Kind of like a replica, a redo of last year exactly. When I came out here, it ended up cleaning out here for like a month and a half. About 50 bags worth. I'm out here to assess the location, to see how it fared during the winter time. See if anything else got piled up, which I know it did. Probably not as nearly as bad as it was for the past 45, 50 years out here. We got all them things, and then some. Wonder what it's gonna be like this year. Man, this is a sight to behold for real. Well, the waters are up. I don't think I've ever been out here with the waters this deep before. The water levels. I mean, you know, to be honest with you, I probably have. I just can't remember because I've been out here so many times. I'm trying to make it to this little triangle over here. Well, it's not so little. It's large. Yeah, I took the shoes off. I got to get grounded out here. I've been trying to get grounded for the longest time. You're going to say the parents grounding you? No, it's a different kind of grounding. There's that thing right there. Corner's a little bit chipped. Very nice. Yeah, when I was out here last September, before it started getting colder, you know, before I had to hang it up, when it comes to the kayak adventures. Chill sessions out here. I remember the waters were real low. I'm gonna try to hit this thing right this year. Explore up in the woods, you know. Trying to turn over a new leaf. I can't just always be sitting in a blue thing, you know. Gotta be getting out. I've explored plenty of these areas. The woods out here. You know, the bounds of it, you know. Not too deep, not too far. There's nothing like walking through it in nothing but a swimsuit and some raggedy shoes. Well, you know, this time last year, you know, these things were practically brand new. These things have gone through a lot, for real. Look at that, it's ripped up. Man. They're still good for now, though. They are. For the meantime, anyway. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows what this place holds for us this year? I mean, this warm season, that is. It's going to be gorgeous. Like it is today. Let's hope we don't get a Chet. Let's hope we can get through another summer. I plan on trying to make it to a few other brand new kayak spots, you know, boat ramps. And there are boat ramps are everywhere, though. You know, once you end up in the same spot, you just end up in the same spot. It's still the same old thing. Depends on where you go. But there's a few new spots that I discovered far away from places like this. Places I haven't been in before. Try to see what those places have to offer when it comes to the experience of it all. But Mother Nature and Father Nature out here, they got a head start when it came to adding the makeup on. Usually about this time, they still have the bright green leaves on the select trees out here. You know, a couple of hardwoods, especially the white oaks. They got the little neon green leaves and stuff still showing. But it seems like they're almost to that point where they're almost completed. Chilling. That's what we do on the kayak. Most of the time, that is. We're chilling. Got the feet in the water for the first time like this. I'm not talking about like creek walking or anything like that. I'm talking about just like setting that thing up in there to feel it. Let's do this thing for the first time this year, shall we? Hope I can do this many times this year, this warm season. Put that thing in there. For real. First and foremost, I want to thank the Almighty for allowing me to make it through another winter, into another year, another summer, another warm season. We never know how many we're allowed to have. Gotta take advantage of every single second we got when it comes to this kind of thing. Whatever you're doing, whatever you like doing. Got a couple of things I need to do today. I'm about to cough. Got the pollen kicking it out here. Scratchy throat. Gotta be the sycamores out here. Crazy. Yeah, I got a couple of things I gotta do today. Gotta try to heal the rash on the foot. Right there. That thing's been there since about November. Probably because of the socks, you know, the friction of the shoes. The residue from the laundry detergent, whatever. And I know for a fact there's only one thing that can heal that thing. Every single year I go through this. It's always the sun. That's why I wanted to come out today so urgently, so I can get that thing in the sun to get it erased. It is just touching on that thing too. That thing's gonna be gone in about 3 days after today, for real. Yeah. But I got something else I need to do. Not really spiritual. I gotta wash my socks from the last 6 or 7 exploring sessions. You know, recovery sessions. They're full of sand and silt and dirt. So I gotta wash them out here before I can really wash them in the washing machine. So I got about 6 pairs behind me in the bag. Let's hope I don't forget that thing. It takes a while to rinse them things out. I don't know how many more times I can send sand and silt down the shower drain. Gotta stop doing that thing. It's crazy when I empty out the dryer. You know, the lint thing in the dryer? It's crazy because the second I start pulling that thing out, it like lets loose of all the sand and stuff that's caught up in it. And when I push it back down, when I'm done getting all the, you know, the lint and stuff off of it, and I push it back down there and I turn it on to dry another load, and you can hear the sand and the rocks and the pebbles, the tiny, tiny ones. And you can hear them. Man. Walleye doesn't deserve this. You know what I was thinking though, when it comes to something like this? I mean, if you think about it and you look at it in a different perspective, it's pretty though. I mean, just like a little plastic bottle sitting out here, I know it's garbage. I know it's garbage. We like to pick the garbage up, don't we? And help Mother and Father Nature and all the little ones out here. But they might think it's pretty. They might think it's interesting, you know, when they look at it, when they see it from afar, when they get up close to it. I know the deer and the wildlife, they like to, hey, that might have some liquor in it. I mean, that's a Sprite bottle. That's after they decided not to go forward with the green, from what I read. That's got those typical divots in it though. Could be another one, mellow yellow, whatever. Cool. Yeah, but you know, like I tell you all the time, you got to give things time to accept it for what it is. Its impact on the soul, the mind. I mean, if you leave that out here and it doesn't degrade away and 1,000 years goes by and you see it as it is, this shiny thing sitting around with all these geometries and stuff, would you then think it was beautiful? Always something to think about. Why do you think I try to leave the glass from now on? Man, I'm so excited. Listen to my Da Vinci style music. And look at that. Reference picture for real. What the heck was that? Huh. Thought I heard something. But I tell you what, when it comes to hearing things, I'm gonna be definitely hearing things out here. Hold on. Gotta get my ancient butt up out of here. Gotta pick something up. Yeah, I got these headsets in now that are like Bluetooth, you know? They wrap around the neck. Boy, are we blessed to find them things at the AT&T store. Isn't that right, little butterflies? Welcome to your beautiful heavenly spring out here. I'm just out here to get the garbage. They probably don't mind it though. They say, that's pretty. Yeah, but you know, when it degrades away, when nature's job is to biodegrade it, They work themselves to death out here until somebody comes by to get it. So they don't have to work. They can chill like us today. Yeah. But I got these new headsets in. I've had these things for about 4 months now. Now every time I need to get out of the kayak without the recording device, I don't have to unplug it. I don't have to take them out. Time to do the magical switch out, the monumental switch out of the leash. Got this extra long blue one that I found during a recovery session like about 2 weeks ago. Took it as a sign that they want me to switch something out. Take the little short red one off, you know? So many times I come out of places like this trying to hook the kayak up so I can go exploring. And the leash wasn't long enough. I would have to lean it up or tie it up on something that wasn't so sturdy that a passing boat causing the waves would make it dislodge. Now we got something that's about 20 feet long. Kind of. I think that thing's about 12 feet long, maybe 15 feet long. Yeah, we're about to do this switch out right. Had this thing on here for the past, I don't know how long. It's been at least, I'd say, 3.5 years. Look at that. Take that one off. And this one right here can just go right on here. Look at that. Crazy. Not in a bad way. Now we're all set for longer adventures. Kind of, whatever the heck that's supposed to mean. Look at that. Look at all these little fluffy white things floating in the wind. From these weeping willow trees. Like these little fluffy cotton balls and stuff. It's almost like they're always going to try to give us that experience of snow. Knowing that it doesn't snow in the wintertime hardly in GA. So they're going to give it to us now. They're going to make it snow. It's going to be going on for another 2.5 weeks just about. Letting us know that there is a winter anyway. I mean, I guarantee you this though. If you had little kids out here, a family or something like that, and they experienced this, I guarantee you that they would be asking their parents, why is it snowing? They would automatically think it was snow. I mean, wouldn't they? Especially the little ones, like the toddlers and stuff like that. They would automatically think it was snow. That is, if they knew what snow was. They would be saying, Daddy, why are you snowing out here? Why is it snowing? It's so warm. Man, I'm getting pelted in the eyes. I'll tell you something though. I mean, this stuff is so soft right here. I'm surprised they don't have like, what am I trying to say here? I'm surprised they don't harvest this. You know, for clothing, for pillows, mattresses. I mean, this stuff is so soft. Maybe I need to Google the answer. Maybe they already do. Maybe they don't because there just isn't enough to do so. I mean, one person could definitely collect enough. They could to make one pillow. It might take a whole season's worth. But this stuff is so soft. I'm thinking about it. I've never been in this little backup zone over here. The water's never been this deep, this high. I mean, it's shallow as it is right here. It's only about maybe 2 feet deep right here. It's quite the maze, the obstacle course to try to get around. You got to find the right path. You don't want to be getting stuck. But I've never been in this backup zone. Boy, that's a lot of real estate right over there. I'm trying to go up here to the edge of the woods to see if there's like some kind of opening or something like that. That'll be a first for us if I can get in this thing. Just to say that I did it. But there's something that I'm always worried about when it comes to places like this, trying to do that kind of thing. And I've witnessed it before. And things that I haven't attempted to do when it comes to places like this. I mean, the water levels, when they let out the waters at Beaver Dam, a long way from here. I mean, the water levels, they could drop about just as little as a foot. And then how would I even get out of here? Hey, look, they're forming a cross right here. Right in front of us. Look at that thing. Hold on, let me get around this. Stabilize myself so you can see the cross on this Sunday. I can't see the screen. It's on low brightness because of the sunlight. It's so bright out here. That's cool right there. Man, that thing is standing right up. The balance of nature. Watch them scream out on audio, on video. You found it. Now you're good to go. See you later. Happy Sunday indeed. I mean, look at that, shallow. Can't be stepping up in this thing. You're going to sink up to the knee and silt, never be able to get out. At least I can touch it. You'll never believe what just happened. Look where I am. I'm trying to make it through. They guided the kayak over here. It's the clearest opening right up in here. Well, I was going forward and I was attempting to try to take some pictures, and the kayak just started turning and it stopped at a certain angle. The second I looked at the angle they had me pointing into, this is what I saw. The water's probably about 3 feet deep, maybe more, through this zone right here. Weird how nature works. Some of the time you gotta listen to the wind on where it's trying to point you to. Here comes a boat. We're not gonna be missed out here. They're gonna see a bright blue, neon blue thing sitting up in here. I'm trying to go fast. I don't know what I'm trying to avoid. It's not like they can get to us now. Whoa. You don't have to worry about me, little fish. We made it up here, first time ever. On the other side of the death. I bet there's a path right over there next to the woods. I bet you there's a big path. Oh no, it's the... Oh crap. It's the game warden, rangers. I recognize that boat 1 billion times out here. Well, the reason I'm acting a little concerned is because there's something missing from the back of my kayak, and I don't know if it's important or not. Well, this is the first time ever being on a kayak that I just decided to throw the life jacket back into the back of the vehicle. They never say anything before. Being out here on these waters, out here anywhere else, they never stop just to tell me, you know, you're supposed to have a life jacket on. Let's hope I don't throw up any red flags out here. I'm just chilling. Well, there's something right here. Oh, dang it, there's a house on the hill. This is their property. I'm not about to touch that can over there. They might be watching us. I mean, the house is like right there. Literally, it's like right there. I guess now we know what's out here. Surprised they're not on their back porch chilling. I just want to cover the edges to see what's up. Hey, wait a minute though. Is that really their property? There's one of those orange markers up there on the hill. You know, the boundary marker for the park. You know, the bounds. Right in their backyard. Maybe it's just a pipe. Can't really tell. Well, they got 3 red lines on the trees, signifying public space, I think. I can't remember what those lines mean. I always come across the trees deep out in the woods that show 2 red lines and not 3. That one shows 3. Maybe I need to Google the answer. Hope you like my little exploring videos. Never been out here in this zone. Oh, there's a cute turtle. There he goes, just dunking himself in as slow as possible. He looked like he just gave up. He just went limp and just ducked down in that thing, letting the gravity take over. That was funny looking. Oh yeah, man, they are right here, dude. Man, that's not fair. Well, no, I'm not about to get out. I'm just looking around because, you know, I'm trying not to look at the same time. Because, you know, when it comes to places like this, there's probably 38 bags worth of garbage sitting up in there. Look what we just came across. There's a table. There's some kind of bench seat for somebody's vehicle. Maybe a boat seat or something. There's a rattlesnake. But check that thing out. This is why I love exploring. Another reason why I love it. There's a stone wall up here. Stacked stone wall. I can't get out though. I bet they're gonna come out any second now. Not here, but behind me. Who knows how long this has been here? Long enough. But there's a road close by. I heard it. It's got to be right up here on the hill. What a find. There they go. It's either game warden or the Department of Natural Resources. Heck yeah. I might be forced to get out. There's absolutely no reception at all out here. I can't get on Google Earth to try to figure out what's on the hill. I can't get on Google Maps to try to figure out shapes and forms and stuff. Man, I feel in the second I even step off this thing, someone's going to be out here. I mean, not out here, but behind us. They're going, excuse me, sir, excuse me. That's our property. All right, let me put the shoes on, man. I don't know if I should get out or not. I just want to go take a peek. Just walk up close and look at it. See what's on the other side. It could be an old roadbed. All right. I only have like 30 seconds. Just kidding. I got like 5 minutes. Just to be on the safe side. Yeah, there's a road like right up here. But I have no idea what road it is, since I can't get any connection or anything like that. Apparently, according to my studies of this area in the past, there's an old graveyard not too far from here. I don't know if this is part of it, though. Ain't no telling. See, some of the time, I don't know if that was dumped here or if that was floated up here from heavy flood, backup, whatever. I doubt it floated. That thing is metal. Yeah, that thing was just sat there, man. It's got a wood bottom, so it's probably some kind of bench. I know you're going to say, you know what year it is, don't you? First thing you should always look for are trail cams. Second thing these days you have to look out for: dangerous snakes. Man, it's like moonlight up in here. Look at this chill spot. Still, a lack of no trespassing signs. No, it's fiberglass. It probably did get floated up here. Well, it can. The metal would be too heavy. Probably just dumped here. There's the cushion. It's just a wall, that's all it is. I don't have much to say about it. It's a wall. Here's a piece of cement and concrete with a hole in it. There's a metal pipe. Yeah, we're not going up to that graveyard. It's on the other side of the electrical thing up there. Very excellent find today. I'm so glad I came out today. Gotta be getting out of the kayak more often. Who knows how long it's been here? You're gonna say as long as the old road has been here? As long as the old cemetery's been here? Wonder where they got all the rocks. Wonder Wonder how long it took to build. Is this a staircase or just a drainage ditch? Dang, the wall keeps going kind of over there on that side. Here's an old access road, probably from the old timber days. Yeah, that's stacked up right there too. Wild. You talk about working. This definitely took a lot of work. Well, this is the old roadbed right here. They built the walls. The wall here to hold back the land as they dug through it. Look for the stack of bricks. Oh, it's old campground too. I bet people come out here all the time. What a discovery. Nothing big, it's just part of exactly what I'm looking for. Free open land just to keep walking into. In hopes that we'll see cool things. There's a tarp, some kind of landscape tarp here. Oh, it's artificial grass. What next? The heaven perches. You know, the hunting chairs up in the trees. There's a cushion. There's another tarp. Yeah, that's all it is out here. Exactly what I like seeing. Open landscape. Here's a rug. How does a potted plant get up here? A pot. See, that's how you would have found the Native American pots back in the 1790s. Sitting right on top. Very cool. Very cool discovery for today. And it's barely 1:45. The old roadbed. All it does is going to empty out into the, well, we can't really call it the river. It's just a Lake Lanier. It's just going to go down into the, where it used to be solid land out here before it settled down. Yeah, it's about 7.5 feet tall. Just a wall to hold back the land as they dug out the roadbed. Probably the 1920s. Probably 1909. Ain't nothing like hearing the sound of the crunching leaves under your feet. The drier they are, the better. Told you. See, it just goes right down as expected. Like all of them do, really. I don't know how many of these old roads I found around Lake Altoona, Lake Lanier, that used to go on forever, basically until they met the river. And now it just disappears into the lake. The lakes. Just imagine how many 295-year-old oak trees they pulled out of this road on this route back in like the 1870s, 1810s, if this road was existed back then. Imagine how many 240-year-old hickories, how many 340-year-old cypress, 418-year-old cedar trees. Well, that's it. Can't leave without something you probably saw earlier, and you know for a fact that I saw it. Back in the water again. You know, I'm thinking, if they were directing us to come over here to find something important, what if it's more than just a wall? You know what I mean? It can't be the graveyard up on the hill. Created back in like the late 1880s. Around the 1880s, I guess. That's too far from here. It's got to be something else. Maybe nothing at all. Maybe it was the wall. A nice little piece of history out here needs to be seen and experienced that you technically can't get to when the waters are just a foot lower. Quite the balance out here when it comes to that. Just a foot lower and you can't even get out here. A little bit of an eerie scene right here when you got an old roadbed from probably the late 1800s magically just vanishing into the water. here's where it disappears completely right here. How times change. There's a can, let's get it. Check this out, man. This little bumblebee, the pollinators, it's not a bumblebee, it's another one. I guess you can call him the honeybee. That dude right there, that lady right there has got so much pollen that they're collecting around their legs. They're too heavy to fly. Hold on. They keep falling down. I don't know if you can see them. Right in the center, just about. That was crazy. I was going along in my kayak and they just plopped right in because they can't fly. They're too heavy. See, they keep dropping down. They keep trying to take off to go to their next destination, and they landed right in the kayak. See, they keep dropping in. They can't fly. It's almost like they have too much gold on them. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You rich. You need to go to your next plant. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't have dropped them off back there. Huh. I'm thinking. You know, things happen for a reason. They just dropped in the kayak. Twice. And I dropped them back off. Maybe it was my job to try to get them to their destination. But how would I even know where it is? I have no clue where their destination is, their next one. It's like these entities put that job on me. Carry the one that's got all the gold to their next destination. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what I was supposed to do. Is just carry them in a kayak. To where, I don't know. They're gonna be screaming at me, "You fail! Failure! You had a job to do today. Get the gold to another location.